This is the Santa Barbara sea urchin, but we're putting a little layer of lardo. Lardo on top of it.
That's morally wrong, but...
No, absolutely.
2 fat sacks of sea urchin roe plumped with goodness. The briny, swollen membranes held aloft by 2 tiny chariots of toast. This alone would be enough. Oh yes, but there's more, and it's indecent, isn't it? A gossamer-thin sheet of lardo. Lightly cured pork fat from the cool, dark marble tubs in the mountains of Tuscany, draped over the top and ever so slightly heated, allowed to wilt, to melt over the aroused golden pillows like a dying swan.
Fat and egg sacs together, bread.
Gonads.
Oh, God. It's sort of like you've been snorting cocaine your whole life and then somebody gives you, freebase.
Right.
Next, a fish flight. Marlin with caviar, razor clams with fennel, tuna with sunchokes.
And this is...
These are cuttlefish.
Cuttlefish?
But we shave it into pasta, tagliatelle.
Oh, yes. Oh, God.
All right. This is a Mediterranean octopus that has been grilled and with a little bit of apricot mustardo.
It's sort of the tragic history of Sicily going on here.
That's right. Take grilled octopus, add apricot mustardo, and put it on top of couscous.
Oh, God.
This is just...
Oh, man.
Need say nothing more, thank you.
Deep purple.
Deep purple.
That's the flavor of this in metaphysical terms.
So it's a faux pas to put cheese and lobster.
Wait a minute, lobster and cheese together?
Lobster
That's
and
a sin against God, though, isn't it?
White does the unspeakable when he takes Nova Scotia lobster, eggplant alfonghetto, basil, and adds cheese. Gooey, runny burrata cheese, which is a thing that in principle you never do in Italian food. Combine seafood and cheese, it's just not done. It's like catching your parents having sex. Instinctively, it's like, ooh.
That's wrong, as I shove it, more of it into my face.
But not this time. This time it tastes like shame. Delicious, delicious shame. Like, I want to do it again shame, but this time on a dirty shag carpet with a handy cam running.
I'm gonna find out if this is morally okay.
Okay.
Because I think it's unbelievably delicious.
It starts innocently enough. Handmade fusilli and baby octopus, tossed and mingled together with, oh my God, no, bone marrow. The unearthly product melted into and fortifying the sauce like some celestial butter.
Oh, God.
This is like, for me, watching somebody else eat my food is like watching 2 people, have sex.
And bone marrow.
Yeah.
I eat this dish and it's like I think of, when they have cattle going into the slaughterhouse and that thing comes out and goes bang into the head and they're out. This is far and away the most magnificent pasta dish I've had in memory.
Good.
Josh has been yammering about this freakin' burger on his website, so I arranged to meet with him at the Minetta Tavern, famously the only place that sells Josh's idea of a perfect patty.
Now, in this show, which is about obsession, we've been meeting with a bunch of seriously obsessed people who write about food, blog about food, and I've asked everybody the same question. What's missing from your life that led you to this unusual calling?
Well, Tony, I was a friendless child. I was raised in isolation like a veal or a wolf boy. And no lonely boy ever sits in his bed thinking about a carrot. You know what I mean? No, for me, it was the crescent edges of pork chops, delicious chopped brisket, brown and served sausages and bacon in the morning. Maybe I don't even need to spell this out, but there was no late nights in Siberia or making out with girls in the walk-in. No, it was a solitary and celibate existence for me, and only meat kept me company in those sad, lonely years.
Now, we're here to discuss you and the Pat LaFrida burger.
This is the LaFrida Black Label burger. My relationship with Pat LaFrida, it's like one of those happy vocational partnerships like De Niro and Scorsese.
I mean, come on, it's ground meat.
Well, you say that now, but when you eat it, you'll be singing a different story.
So what's in it?
It's got all...
The exact components and proportions of the Black Label burger is a secret guarded as jealously as the nuclear codes. But I do know that dry-aged prime rib is a factor.
Given that you've got the best possible meat blend from the best possible animal, how does one continue in order to make better than acceptable burger?
Well, what one must do is cook it on a flat metal griddle. A little clarified butter goes on the griddle first. You don't want this baby coming anywhere near open fire. No, you don't want an open fire anywhere near this.
What? But
No. Well, there's no other way to make
isn't
a
that
hamburger.
greasy and isn't that?
In the grill, the fat drips down, and all those precious bodily fluids are wasted. They fall away into the fire.
I'm following you.
And then when it's on the flat surface, there's nowhere for them to go, so they refract back up into the meat, and they sizzle it up and confit it while it's cooking.
So perhaps all you summer grillers out there have been cruelly misled.
Okay, so now we have the perfectly seared burger on the griddle. What next, oh great one?
Well, it's very important that you don't take a burger like this and put it on some kind of a weird, heavy bun that is going to get in the way.
It's like throwing a beautiful woman on a dirty shag carpet.
You'd be just like that.
What about condiments?
I get it straight up plain.
No ketchup?
No, I don't know the ketchup on a thing like this.
On a burger?
I mean, like,
What are you, French?
Ketchup
Is
would-
this a burger or is this steak haché?
this is a steak in hamburger form.
It looks classic.
Yeah,
But
I
you-
forgot to mention.
Cooked down onions, caramelized onions.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're not lying, are you?
Yeah.
This floods your head with meaty goodness.
It only gets better with more bites, too.
So how much are these selling for?
$26.
Wow, that's a lot.
I mean, if you can't pay $26 for greatness, you might as well just cut your throat and be done with it. That's the way I think about it.
Maybe in this case, $26 isn't too much to pay for greatness.
Yeah.
I guess, if it makes Josh happy.
Really, it's hard to believe that we're in Columbus, Ohio.
Today's starter, boiled spinach, actually from Taiwan, marinated herring roe, marinated in sake, light soy sauce, and a lot of dried bonito.
Really interesting. It's like pickle.
Says Buckeye, say to me.
Abalone, make a shabu-shabu, very thin slice. This is ponzu with steamed abalone liver.
Didn't know they had livers, but now we do. This is magnificent.
Great bite.
What percentage of your customers are Japanese, do you think?
50-50.
50-50.
Yeah.
That surprises me because I know this. I know the people here, and it's not.
You're looking over your shoulder like, you know, you're on TV, dude. They're going to hear you.
This is called sea squirt.
See squirt, yeah.
Very unique flavor. This is sea squirt with cucumber. Sauce is just a simple vinegar with soy sauce.
It's extraordinary.
Yeah, definitely sort of salty,
Briny.
briny.
Yeah. Again, textural thing is really important. For most Americans, this would be a difficult dish.
Even Japanese too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some Japanese. Oh,
But your food, you do what you like.
yeah. I growing up with this one.
This is like stone cold authentic. Just don't put any wasabi in the soy sauce. You'll be dead to the man from that point on.
Next, Chef Kimura prepares sashimi of Japanese horse mackerel.
Oh, I know what's going next, by the way. Something really interesting is going to happen here.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, my friend. Keep an eye on the carcasses. Or would that be carcae? So pretty. Why can't I do that? See, if I could come back as somebody else, I could do this during the day, and at night I could play bass like Bootsy Collins. Oh, so good.
It's buttery.
It's the king of fish.
I didn't know you could get it in Columbus.
Then the mackerel carcasses get crispy fried like they would in Japan.
Fried skeleton.
I knew that we would be having. I saw it, and I was hoping. All day long, man.
Salty, crispy, really delicately fishy, but not fishy. No, just really nice.
In fact, what's more American than salty, crispy, crunchy?
And then this, tuna collar in Columbus, one of the greatest king hell pieces of fish to ever appear on a plate anywhere.
This tuna color, fish market give me free.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Of course.
Usually this is for stuffed meat. Would you like to try?
I love this. This is one of my favorite things. To me, the collar is the best piece of fish on the...
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's nice.
I've never had cooked fish so succulent,
Yep.
so rich. This rivals pork belly.
This is the next big thing. A, they're great. B, at least for the moment, they're cheap. C, nothing goes better with alcohol than this. It's good for you. It's politically correct, meaning you're using something that would have ended up in the garbage anyway. It's unbelievably luscious. It's the best thing.
You know, I'm having one of those moments where, it's like, this is not the world you know.
I love my state, but
This is Applebee's country.
But apparently it's not. Give your fellow citizens a break, man. Stop talking down to them with your elitist ways.
Your first email to me asked me if we had indoor plumbing.
I kid because I love.
These are rugged lands and not particularly fertile. An area of plateaus and rolling hills stretching from the top of Arkansas across the bottom half of Missouri and just a touch into Kansas and Oklahoma. I came here because of this man, Daniel Woodrell, author and native of the Ozarks, who fills his novels with the lush language and characters of the region. Daniel's from West Plains, and there's nothing unusual about what's on the menu. Those squirrels we skinned are going into a pot pie, and Gordon's grilling up some game meat.
I'm gonna cook up some venison steaks.
Nice. Get that at the supermarket or?
No.
I was guessing no.
Shot them with my bow.
Butter.
A little butter with garlic.
Man, you want to find a good cook, you find a good hunter.
It's hard to make a living in this area here.
Always has been.
Yeah.
But yet, here you are.
Yeah.
I mean, why you?
I was raised, it's like being from Ireland or something. Every story all my life came back to here.
Judy Harden tries to keep both the old stories and the old recipes alive. Once a year at a nearby heritage festival, she performs cooking demonstrations of nearly forgotten regional dishes. This may have been a poor area, but it was always proud. You cook, you eat what you got.
Here we go, guys.
Ooh.
Squirrel pot pie.
Oh, nice. I have had squirrel before. It's delicious.
Have you had it in a pot pie?
I have not had it in a
You
pot pie.
haven't. Well, I hadn't either until about 3 years ago. Came across the recipe, found out that it was a little over 100 years old because the lady that gave me the recipe is in her 80s, and her mother made it when she was a child. It's a pretty simple dish, but it's all containing. We have no side dishes here today because it has the meat, vegetables, gravy, the crust.
What else do you need?
Oh, you don't.
There are going to be people who see this show and they're going to be really upset that, how can you shoot a cute, fuzzy little squirrel? The idea that you need to eat a squirrel, much less would like to eat a squirrel, will probably freak a lot of people out. But let's face it, this is really good.
Yeah, yeah.
And it is meat. And
A lot of people squirrel hunt.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people here squirrel
Yeah,
hunt.
lots of them. When I lived in Arkansas, I mean, it was practically the state dish. It was.
Generally speaking, what is traditional Ozark cooking?
Cooking what you have available. If you couldn't shoot it or raise it in a garden place, there wasn't anything.
Cornbread and milk.
Cornbread and milk.
That was supper
Cornbread.
a lot of times.
Well, it's like biscuits and gravy. It's an
Yes,
example of.
yes, and
You can go a long way on that.
you can.
The venison is simply prepared, but good. And like the squirrel, it was secured by traipsing around out back through trees and hills.
That's really good.
You like it.
Yes, I do.
You're not just saying that.
Oh, I am not. Oh, squirrel's the next big thing. It should be. It's good, and it's not like we don't have enough of them.
There's something of a breeze blowing this evening, which is a good thing, because it's hot and there's work to do.
I'm Lindsay.
Hey, Lindsay, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
It's prep day for tomorrow's feast, a little get-together called a boucherie, and so everyone around here is cooking up sauce, or simply getting sauced. Doesn't really matter, because it's clearly a sound, traditional reason for a good time. Here in Cajun country, this barely qualifies as a party. This is the pre-party, Backyard, little cooking, little prep, little music. Patrick is back, this time as a guest. But it's not the professionals doing the cooking today, which is one of the amazing things about Cajun country. Nobody seems to cook professionally, but as you'll see, everybody's got a specialty.
I get a big hug? Hey, I'm gonna hug.
Toby's doing some of the cooking, and he's got a personal old-school favorite in mind.
Some turtle that Donnie picked up off the road today.
Roadkill. There's a show there somewhere.
Bien frais.
Watch that turtle, watch that turtle.
Turtle? Okay. I hate turtles. Why don't we kill it?
Butter right here.
Emma Young is making fresh corn hash.
I came home with that. I was like, you spent $7 on butter?
This hash, and I wish I could give you a better sense of how sweet and toasty and delicious it is a mix of corn, chopped chilies, and bell pepper, a healthy hit of cayenne, and bits of tasso, a heavily spiced and seasoned cured pork.
You know about tasso?
Yeah?
The town that it originated in is right up the road. Tasso.
Her husband, Lindsay, is stuffing wild wood ducks, which he bagged out there by those trees. Tomorrow, he'll be playing with his band, the Red Stick Ramblers, at the Boucherie.
All right, here's the golden moment right here.
Oh, God, that looks really good. So what's the plan with these things?
They're stuffed with homemade sausage, venison and pork.
Oh, man.
And peppers and onions and stuff. And we call it pot roasting. You just brown the out of them and then make a gravy. I just keep deglazing it, burning it and deglazing it over and over.
Right. It's basically, you're making caramel. Wow.
Flavor, I think. Like this right here, that's the best stuff there is. Because that's like concentrate gravy mix. You know, you buy kitchen bouquet.
Did you make your own?
Well, yeah.
You see what he's got? Little crack jar filled with like reduction. The level of sophistication about food and cooking here is kind of awesome and shaming at the same time. Who's got cheesecloth in their house? I don't know anybody in New York who's got cheesecloth. And I noticed also that sort of spontaneously, everybody assigns themselves a task that they're comfortable with. And that's a pretty professional-looking dice going on over there.
Everybody works, everybody's done this before, everybody seems to know what their job is. Night falls. When? I'm not exactly sure. And soon we're eating all that good stuff that's been slow cooking all over the yard.
Delicieux. Now, how spicy is that?
She's used to it.
Tu veux? Un peu? You good?
Give me 5, Joey B.
Now for the fun.
Wood duck, turtle stew, corn hash, and a crawfish bisque that is the single best damn thing I've eaten since El Bulli.
She stuffed those heads all individually, which is pretty insane.
Oh, yeah, baby. How much good do you eat in one place? Oh, man, this corn is ridiculous. It's so good. I got some turtle meat here.
So, yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Freaking turtle, man.
As the evening wears on, however, I will be asked to pitch in another way.
And tomorrow we're actually butchering a pig. Like this is just a foreplay.
When is the pig meat is maker?
6 a.m.
6 a.m.'s a little early for me.
Oh, come on, man.
We're gonna call you a I just want you to know that up front.
It ain't that complicated. It ain't like just pulling the trigger.
All right, I will deliver the good news to the pig because I think it's appropriate ethically, given that I'm eating the pig, I should be complicit in the murder of.
Murder is a harsh word.
I don't give a what you call it. It's still delicious.
Tomorrow, 6 a.m., Piggy goes down.
Pass to the left-hand side.